I thought every family was involved in business and politics and had people spread across the spectrum. Even as a kid, my dad has always talked to me like his dad talked to him, which was as an adult. My mother was kind of an independent thinker. So she was my champion, and I was hard to be a champion for. Grammar school, middle school, junior high, high school, I was a nondescript student. I get to college, but I had to kind of try it out for a year, which was kind of Dee Dee Greenway, my wife, she basically tutored me through those freshman level classes. I mean, I was no more going to do that than a man in the moon. So if I couldn't instinctively answer it, it just went unanswered. Literally, here's how she got me through algebra. She said, if I told you the question was A plus B to the third, she goes, what's the answer to that? And I go, I don't know. And she goes, right. But if I said, you got $100 and you want to have $200 and you got 7 years to make it, what do you have? I so it's got to make about 10%. She goes, just turn it into money. And that's literally how I got out of algebra. See, my life is just one blessing of one mentor taking pity on me after another and investing in me. Dale Dawson invested in me for 2 years, and then I went to work for Jack. What I learned from Jack Stevens is that a really thoughtful conversation is made up of 1 part talking and 5 parts silence. Don't fill the space. Use the space to think about what you just said and what you just heard. I never will forget. I was standing in Mr. Stevens' doorway. I was leaving, and I said, Mr. Stevens, I don't know anything about telecommunications. But he smoked that Marlboro Red. The nouns are different, but the verbs are all the same. You'll do well. And off I went. I started at Alltel January 26th of 1996. We lapped the field from a shareholder return perspective. I wanted the shareholders to get a good return, and I wanted it to be a great place to work, and I wanted it to be a blessing to our community. We achieved all of that, but it wasn't about me. It was about the team. That group delivered well beyond what anyone would have thought Alltel on a wireless basis was going to do, and we had turned it into the 5th largest wireless business in the country at that point. Okay, I'll tell you a story. We had a call, Goldman Sachs, Bank America, and Merrill Lynch were going to finance us an all-cash offer to buy Sprint. We had a telephone meeting set for 10 a.m. to launch the process, and I got a phone call from Victor Nisi, and he says, an airplane has just flown into the building next door to me. We're all getting out of here. And it was 9/11, so we let it go. But we would have been the largest wireless business. That'd have been good for the state. Have the largest retailer, the largest trucking company, the largest protein maker. And why not? Why not have the largest wireless business? This limitation mindset, I do not get. I do not get it. I do not abide it. So what we're gonna have instead is we're going to have the largest private label coffee manufacturer in the country. So Westrock Coffee today is the largest private label manufacturer of coffee and tea products in the country. We serve restaurant chains, we serve big C-store chains, big retailers who sell under their private label name, and then we make products for big CPG, consumer packaged goods brands. But the reason that we're in business, the mission of the business, is to help farmers in the developing world get a fair price so that they can improve their livelihood, their economic well-being. And the more we win in the first world, the bigger the order book is for us to go back to the developing world and be a cop to make sure they get a fair price so they keep their kids alive. And so this business being successful is important. For 5 to 6 million children a year that eat from the crop that we buy from their parents. The teams that have built Westrock Coffee were not me. The teams that built Alltel, they weren't me. They don't get this kind of honor, but they do that work. And they're the ones that actually created that event or series of events that our community valued enough to bestow on them through me an honor. So I'm very thankful that the teams that I've gotten to be a part of have been recognized by their community as that they were important to them. There is no limit to what people, when they are believed in, can do. And when you give them that environment, it's not that hard. Yeah, you have to be persistent, you have to be resilient, you have to be relentless, you have to be team first, You have to be willing to be accountable. All these things are true. But at the end of the day, I am a testament that even difficult children that are continually pursued and mentored might have a role to play in the world beyond being a good student. How about that? Maybe I'm the beneficiary of realizing as a 5-year-old that just because the teacher told you X didn't necessarily mean X, right? Yeah, I'm just now 63. Sam Walton didn't start Walmart until he's 55. I got so much to do.